Good day to you whatever time you're watching. You're welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you're welcome. If you're old subscriber, you're also welcome. In today's tutorial, we'll be making a two-step gathers gown, as you can see in the picture display earlier. To make this, we are going to start with our upper bodice. So we start with the front part. Fold it. What will determine the width I'm folding is the bust, and the bust is 36 divided by 2, 9, plus 2 divided by 4, 9, then 2 inches, so in allowance that's 11. So I have 11 folded here, and the blouse length is, the half length is 14. But I'll be using 14, I'll be using 15. I'll be cutting out 15 because I'm going to use half inch to join below the skirt part to the top, then half inch to join at the shoulder. So I'm measuring 15. Now I'll come to the shoulder part. Our shoulder is 13 divided by 2, that's 6.5, plus half for joining the sleeve, that's 7 inches. So I'll mark 7. At this point where I mark 7, I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. The neck width is 2.5. Okay. So I'll draw my slant. Now I'll come to our armhole. Armhole is 8 inches. So I'll come to the half of the armhole, which is 4 inches. I'll mark the 4 inches. At the point where I mark, I'll go in by half inch. Yeah. Then I can form my armhole now. Then for the back armhole, although I'm cutting the back, I'm cutting the front, but I'll be making shookings for the back also because I'll be using this front to cut out the back. Now let's take our measurement. Our bust measurement is 9 plus 2 inches, making 11. So I have 11 here. Our waist measurement is 38. 38 divided by 2, that's 8 inches. 8 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance, that allowance, 1 inch for that allowance, that's 9 inches. Then 2 inch sewing allowance, that's 11. I have 11 here. So now the neckline, I'll first cut out the back neckline, which is going to be 1.5 by 2.5. 1.5 by 2.5. Then I'll make a curve. Then the front neckline is going to be 1.5 by 3 inches. So we are done for the back. You can cut out. Now to cut the back, I'm going to fold and leave the zipper allowance there. I'm going to use 1 inch for my zip allowance, at most 1.5. So I'll just place this on it, just trying to minimize my fabric here. I can go this way. So So this is going to serve as my zipper allowance, which is just 1 inch or more. So I have 1.5 as my zipper allowance. Then I'll cut out the back. This point here, where you have this zipper allowance, I'm going to come in 1/2 inch, and I'm going to come up by 8 inches. It's going to give us the back in depth so that our gown will not be popping out. So from that 8 inches, we are done for the upper part. We are done with the upper part. We go on to the lower part. So the total gown length is 41, and we've taken away 14 for the half length. Now for the skirt part, it's going to be 27. So I'm going to divide 27 by 2 because it's going to be a 2-step gathers. So 27 divided by 2 will give us 13.5. Now I'll be needing the length of 13.5. If you want to make a gather, what you just do to get a gather is say your waist times 2, depending on the amount of fabric available to you. The total waist times 2. Now the total waist here is 31 times 2 will give us 62. But what I'm having here is just 60, which is still okay for me. So I'm going to fold this way. Show that they are equal. I'm going to fold into 4. This is the first folding, then I go again. There's the second folding. Balance. Okay. So what do I have here? I'm going to multiply by 4. Since I folded it into 4, I'm having 15. And remember that we said we need 15 times 4 is 60, and we needed 62. So this 60 can still work for the gathers. So the first gathers, the first level, we are going to cut out. We said 34 is a 27 is the total length we need. So the first step is going to be half of the, which is 23, which is 13.5. I'm going to add 1 inch to it because I'm going to use half to join up and half to hem it at the bottom. Let me just add 1.5 to it. So I'm cutting off 15 to hem it at the bottom. So I'll use 1 inch to hem it at the end. Then I'll use 1/2 inch to join it to the upper body. First step. Now the second step is going to be the total length. If you know you don't have enough fabric, you can still manage and use lining to support the second step. The lining will not get to where the first step gets to. Since the first step is 15, I can cut out the lining to be around 12 inches. Then I will just join this to the 12 inches to get my total full length. So let me see if I'll be needing to do that. Total length is 27. So the second step is going to be 27. And we are going to add 1 inch for hemming hands joining at the waist. So I have complete 27. So assuming I don't have up to 27 inches, what I would have do is I would have just cut 12 here. I'll just make it 12. Then I'll add lining. I'll use lining to complete this 12 and use the main fabric. So now that I'm having 27 complete, I think I'm good to go for the second step. the I want to cut a slaughter sleeve. So I'm just going to form a triangle like this. Then I'll take my armhole depth for the sleeve. The armhole depth is going to come like this. It's either you use that to cross check or you pick up the cloth fabric itself and check with your armhole. Okay, it will do. So now, okay. So yeah, I'm going to measure. For me, I'm going to measure 12. Maybe up to 12. So let me just use 11. 11. I'll put my tape here and I'll start measuring 11 rounds. Here's 11. 11. 11. So this is going to be my first sleeve. Let me cut out the second part. Ready? So this is our sleeve. This is our upper body. Now you notice that at the front of the upper body there is a keyhole there. This is my the upper body. I'll be cutting out the neckline and the armhole. Notice that there's one small hole there. So I'll just come like this and cut. I don't want it to be too wide. So this is how the neck is going to look like. I don't want it to be too open. And I'm going to turn it with bias. I'm going to turn this part with the bias. So this is the front part, this is the back, this is the sleeve, and here is the first step, then the second step. So we are done with the cutting. Now we go on to the sewing proper. Now to sew this, we are going to start with the upper bodice. But here's the upper bodice. I'm going to start with my dart. I'm going to hold my dart. Okay. The dart line is 4 inches. For you to get to that line, just measure your nipple to nipple, divide by 2, then add ½ inch to it. That's going to be your dart line. So this is 4 inches. Now Our bust point here, our bust point is 9.5. So I'm going to start from, the dart is going to start from 10.5. I'm going to come down by 1 inch, 10.5, then go in by half inch, come out by half inch here. Then draw a straight line to that point. So I'm going to sew this like this. That's going to be my dart. I'll flip it over so that the shock will appear on the other side. Just beat it on it like this. So you can see the shock here appearing here. So just trace out the shock. Then you put your darts at the two sides. Then for the back darts, also 4 inches, but you're going to minus the 1.5 inch that we added to the, so you're going to be using 5.5 for the dart line. And I'm going, my dart line is going to start from up here. I'm going to start from 7 inches. That's where my dart is going to start from. 7 inches, then draw a straight line down. Then I'll go in half inch, come out half inch here, and make a slant. Then this one too. So here's my dart for the back. So I will do the same thing, face it and let the shock appear on the second side. So you can see the traces of the shock. I'll just trace it out neatly. So this is my darts for the back. I'll go ahead and hold the darts. After holding the darts, I'll take my bias and sew here. I'm going to show us how we are going to sew this. Hold on. Okay. So I'm going to start with the keyhole here. This keyhole, I'm going to take my material and sew round like this. I'll do that dimension. Now you notch it. Now you come back, fold this like this. I guess it's too much, so I have to reduce it. So this is done. We are still going to, now I go ahead and put my dart here. Now I will iron, but before ironing, let me show you the next step. I'll go ahead and iron it and come back. So before coming back from ironing, I will join this. This is the front, the neck, the shoulder together. I'm going to sew this like this, and I will sew this and this, then come back to show us after ironing. Then I'll also weave it. Right, I'm done ironing the darts. Look at it, set up quickly. And I've joined the shoulder and I've ironed the front dart also. So the next thing is to attach our sleeve. Here is the sleeve. I'm going to do the folding of one, sewing it in our presence, then I'll do the other one off camera. So I'll first do the first folding like this. Okay, now I'm done with the hemming of the sleeve. I have to fold it twice because you can decide to go and do it at the weaving machine to just weave it for you, but I first folded it first round, then I folded it again the second time to have this. So I'm done hemming the slaughter sleeve. Now I'm going to attach the sleeve to the shoulder like this. Don't forget, this is our body. I'll attach the sleeve to the shoulder this way. From the center that I notch, I will go this way, then go this way till I get here. So I will sew around like this. I'll do the same thing for the other side. I will sew it, weave it, then come back and show us. Then before that too, I'm going to sew my gather stitch on the skirt part. This is your upper part. I'm going to sew it, gather it separately. If you can, well, okay, let me try and gather it together. Although that is a lazy job, but if you can do it one is better. I'll place the two together like this. Then I will run a gather stitch on it. I'll place the two together this way. Then I'll place the two. Then I'll run a gather stitch on it. After gathering it, I'll show us the results. I've attached the sleeve to the shoulder here, you can see, and I've also weave it out. Now the next step is to pipe the neck. This neck, you notice that there is a rope at the front, so this is what I'll sew this way around like this, then to the extension. After that, I'll pick the remaining one and turn it over, then I'll sew it on top like this to this end here. Then I'll finish up, I'll sew it finish completely here to this lace. I'll just fold this lace up and sew it. I'll do the same thing for this other side too. I'll sew from here like this, then when I get to this lace, I'll stop, then I'll fold it back to the front and top stitch it. Then I'll complete the sewing to this end for the tying at the neck. Let's go and do that and come back to the for the next step. Okay, I'm done attaching the piping the neckline, then having the excess here. I do the same thing for the other side too. So we are getting close to the end of this tutorial. Now these two ropes can be tied like this to form, you can see the circle, the opening that is at the front. I don't want mine to be too open, that's why I use a very small hole of 2 inches. If you want yours to be wider, you can use 3 or 3.5, but just be careful so that you don't have too much of hole and your breast part will be showing. So just knot it. It's just a decorative kind of neck, it's not really adding to the neckline. Now the next thing to do is I'm going to pin down the zip allowance, because I won't be using the zip allowance now. I'm going to pin down the zip allowance like this. My zip allowance is 1.5, if you remember. Then so I'm going to measure 1.5, that's my zip allowance, and that's what I'm going to pin down. This is 1.5. There. Lastly, 1.5. Okay. Now I can place, I'm going to want to sew the sides, so I've pinned down the zip allowance here. You can know the measurement for the side. I'll start from here, from the armhole. This is the armhole, so I'll sew from here like this, from the tip. Then I'll take the bust measurement. Our bust measurement is, if you remember, our bust measurement is 36. So 36 divided by 2, because our fabric is on 2 fold now. I say 36 divided by 2, that's 18. So let's see what we have here. I have 21. Okay. Yes, I have 21, and our bust allowance is 18. So I'll be sewing 1.5 here, 1.5 here to get 18. Then the waist measurement is 32. That's half of it is 16. Here I'm having 20. I'm having 20. I'll be taking 2 here and 2 here to give me 16. So I'll just sew from here. I'll sew my 1.5 here. I'll mark it with a shop. I can't find my shop now. Mark it then to 2. Let me just do spin. This is my 1.5. Yeah. Then this is 2. So I will sew from this tip to this place and downward. Do the same for the other side too. Then after that, I'll come back to show us the next step. Okay, I'm done sewing both sides like this, and this other side too. So now I can remove the pins I use for the zipper allowance. Then I'll confirm my waist measurement again. My waist measurement is supposed to be 32 plus zip allowance, that is 3, that's 35. So good, I have 35 here. Now at this waist side, this is where I'm going to attach the lower part. This lower part, I've already run my gather stitch on both the front and the back. This is the upper and the lower, I mean. So I'm going to gather this to 35. You have to be careful with the thread so that you don't pull it out and all your effort. So now I'll raise it up like this. Then I'll raise it up like this, and I'll go ahead and stitch it to the top upper part. Remember, we left to the ½ inch, so I'm going to use ½ inch to sew it here till I get to the end. So I'll sew it. After sewing it, I'll go ahead and hem the first layer and the second layer. I'm going to hem it with just ½ inch. First fold by ¼ inch, then this next ¼ inch. That's what I'm going to do for the up and the first and second step. After joining that together, I'll come back and show us the next step. So guys, I'm done attaching it to the waist line, and I'll weave it out. You see, I've attached to the waist and I've weave it out. Look at it. That's it. Now the next step and the last step is to fix our zip. So I'm going to turn it over now, like from here. Make sure that the waist are meeting, two waists are meeting. Then pick it up. So this is it I'm using. I'll use my zip to measure it where I'm going to start the stitching from. So from here, I'll make sure that these two are on the same line also, and then this also get to this place. So I'm going to sew from here downward and then fix the zip. After fixing the zip, we are done with the gown. Then I'll come back and show it to us the final look and the look on the mannequin. Here is the zip. The zip has been fixed, you see, and the front looking pretty. You can see it with the neck. So I will display it on the mannequin. You know, the style we try to recreate is short gown, but for this we don't want a short gown. We want it to be on the knee, so that's why it's a bit longer. So if you are making yours and you want it to be short, just calculate your length and deduct it from this length that we have, then you have what you're looking for. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I'll be in the comment section to answer whatever question you have to ask over this dress. And thanks for watching. We'll be coming up with another tutorial very soon.